Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. The name of this author that I'm about to review for the book should be familiar if you have seen the reels of her other two books. Adrienne Young has become one of my favorite author obsessions. Her and Stacey it's not Wellington. Why do I want to say it's Wellington? Is it Worthington? Now I'm going to be really mad at myself because I can't remember. Brain fart. I will make sure I put Stacey's in the description as well. Stacey is amazing as well, but Adrienne Young has also been one of my recent loves. This is her most recent book that came out in January called A Sea of Unspoken Things. I think I devoured this in 24 hours, maybe less than 24 hours. I loved this book. It is much smaller than her other two books that I have read, and I have actually since found out there are other books by her that I need to read. But this book literally took my breath away. I was first introduced to her via Spells for Forgetting that I got through Book of the Month, and then purchased The Unmaking of June Farrow shortly after that. And then this is the most recent book that I have read by her. She additionally has Sky in the Deep, The Girl the Sea Gave Back, Fable, Namesake, The Last Legacy, and Saint, all of which that I am going to now have to go and find. But this book, guys, I love it. I loved it, and I will reread it. I'm totally going to reread this at some point in time. This was a really good book. So as always with our fictional books, when I actually enjoy them, I tend to give you guys the blurbs. So here we go. In this captivating atmospheric novel from the New York Times bestselling author of The Unmaking of June Farrow, a woman investigates her twin brother's mysterious death while confronting the ghosts of her own haunted past. James and Johnny Golden were once inseparable. For as long as she can remember, James shared an almost supernatural connection with her twin brother Johnny that went beyond intuition. She could feel what he was feeling. So when Johnny is killed in a tragic accident, James knows before her phone even rings that her brother is gone and that she's alone. Truly alone for the first time in her life. When James arrives in the secluded town of Six Rivers, California to settle her brother's affairs, she's forced to revisit the ominous events of their shared past and finally face Micah, the only other person who knows their secrets and the only man she has ever loved. But as James delves deeper into Johnny's world, she realizes that their unique connection hasn't completely vanished. The more she immerses herself in his life, the more questions she has about the brother she thought she knew. Johnny was hiding something, and he's not the only one. The deeper she digs, the more she is compelled to unravel the truth of the days leading up to Johnny's death. Ultimately, James must decide which truths should come to light, and which ones are better left buried forever. I want to be very clear. I didn't read the premise of this book. No summary was read before I decided to read this. I knew its title. I knew who wrote it. I was like, bet I'm buying this book. There are very few authors that I can say I do that. And Adrienne Young is one of them. Stacey is another one. Stacey has a new one coming out this August actually called Forget Me Not. I'm very excited about it. I'm ready for the book tour because I already have my first 3 books signed by her. So I now need book 4 to be signed by her. So we're keeping with our tradition here. But I didn't want to put this one down. I did not. I could not put it down. It was really hard to put down. June Farrow was like, we'd have a few revelations. I need to pause and step away from the book for a few minutes and just breathe and take it all in. This was I can't get enough of this story that you are telling me in this book. And the way it ends is just, not everything's perfect. And I think that's the reason why I love Adrienne's books, at least the ones that I've read so far. Nothing's perfect when these stories end. There are still things that the characters themselves are working on in these stories. of working past their traumas, working past all these things, which I thoroughly enjoy, and it makes them more realistic to me. So I absolutely, when I read this book, fell in love yet again with Adrienne. And this will be staying on my bookshelf. It will be getting reread at some point in time. I will probably lend it out a couple of times to some friends. But 10 out of 10 would recommend. This is an absolutely delicious book. Short, mind you, I will tell you that. It is a short book. It is, for the acknowledgements page, it is 31 chapters total, and it is 273 pages. And I will say that, like, Adrienne, you did it again. That's all I'm going to say. You did it again. You've drawn me in. You've hypnotized me by a book, and you've done it again. I enjoyed the fact that I went into this not having read the blurb. So I did not know James was female when I first started reading this. I want to be very clear. But I was like, I can get on this. Like, I didn't care. Like, please let it be a gay romance. I was fine with it. I didn't care. I didn't care. I just liked the title. I knew it was going to be a good author read. It was still good, even though I found out that James was a female. It was just, everything about it was delicious, and I can't wait to read this again. Like, I really can't. So it will probably crop up in some rereads after I've hit my reading goal of new books this year, you guys. But 10 out of 10 would recommend A Sea of Unbroken Things by Adrienne Young. And as always, because I was going to rush myself there, I'll see you in the next one where we get to talk about more books.